And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys. I hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Well guys, it is 2 days since our cup final triumph and this smile is still firmly planted on this face of mine. Yes, super happy, still buzzing. Yes, I probably watched the highlights another 10 times since yesterday's video came out, but yeah, still happy and still buzzing with everything that is of course happening. However, our attention is turning towards our next challenge. Liverpool of course back in action already as we take on Southampton in the FA Cup. And in today's video guys, we are going to be obviously taking a look at that game, providing you a bit of team news ahead of it. Obviously Southampton are a side that have been out of mind, obviously got relegated last year, and a side that, you know, competing in the Championship. Some of you may not follow the Championship, so we'll keep you up to date of how they've been kind of getting on. We've got an update with regards to Endo. Remember, he hobbled off with crutches. We have got a bit of an update with regards to him. And we have got a bit on Liverpool's Cup final hero, set to make decision on quitting as the club is braced for summer offers. So quite a few bits and pieces to go over. But let's start with Endo. Now look, Endo's situation of course has been well documented, of course was seen at Wembley in crutches, and obviously through the Liverpool faithful, everybody getting worried of course because we are currently going through an injury crisis at this moment in time. We also saw Ryan Gravenberch stretch it off in the game as well, but a lot of people of course were anxious at the possibility of Endo also being missing. However, as stated, it does seem as though that the 31-year-old who was colossal against Chelsea has provided a update. Yes, the Japan international was spotted at the AX8 training centre walking a lot more freely as the players returned on Monday afternoon and there was no moon boot in sight. Yes, it appears to have been a protective measure from the club's medical department, and if he avoided injury, it is a huge boost for Liverpool. Jurgen's side have another match, as we stated, on Wednesday evening in the FA Cup 5th round, and it would be surprising to see Endo anywhere near the field of play, despite the long list of absentees. Liverpool's video posted across their social media accounts showed both Salah and Nunez in their training gear, but whether they can play a role at Anfield remains to be seen. Klopp will be offering an update on his squad in his pre-match press conference on Tuesday, which at the time of recording guys it is around 10 a.m. This will be around 1:30 p.m. so you will get a further update with regards to it a bit later on today with the injury issues and the injury news. Moving on though, as stated, a bit more on Southampton of course, and that is as stated. We are playing Southampton next as our first game back as the Carabao Cup champions. And in this part of the video, guys, we want to give you everything you need to know ahead of Liverpool's clash with the Saints on Wednesday. Obviously, kickoff time is at 8 o'clock UK time, obviously being played at Anfield. Referee will be Craig Pawson. Assistant referees will be Adam Nunn and Stephen Murdriff. Fourth official will be Rebecca Welch, with VAR being Darren Bond. And then assistant VAR will be Daniel Rovnam. Now, in terms of Liverpool's head-to-head record with Southampton, it's been frequent competitors in recent years, although Southampton's demotion to the Championship last season means that meetings may become less regular moving forward. Unsurprisingly though, the Reds have dominated previously clashes with winning 61 of 118 matches since the first fixture all the way back in 1902. Southampton have won just 31 times against Liverpool, drawing other 26 battles. Recent history has also favoured Jurgen Klopp's side, with the German having won 10 of his last 12 games against the South Coast side. Southampton did manage a victory against Liverpool back in January 2021, an early Danny Ings strike, earning them a 1-0 win, but they haven't won at Anfield since a League Cup triumph back in 2017. The two teams haven't faced one another in the FA Cup since 1990, a game Liverpool won 3-0 at Anfield, with Wednesday's clash only the fourth time in this competition since World War II. This game, of course, for the UK viewers will be live on ITV. And as stated, whilst recording this video, Jurgen Klopp hasn't yet addressed the media. However, I will take a look at Southampton's team news, and that is that the Saints are without a couple of players for their trip to Liverpool, with Southampton boss Russell Martin likely to field a full-strength side at Anfield. Juan Larios is currently sidelined for the Championship side, having not played any first-team football since last season, while forward Ross Stewart is also out with a muscle injury sustained in December. Stated Liverpool will be familiar with a number of Southampton stars on Wednesday, including the likes of Kyle Walker-Peters, Shay Adams, Stuart Armstrong and Ryan Fraser. If I have to put a predicted lineup together, this is what it will be. Prior to Jurgen Klopp's press conference troops, it will be Kelleher, Gomez, Kanate, Konsa, Tsimikas, Clark, McConnell, McAllister, Bradley, Dant and Gakpo. So there's my predicted lineup. Obviously, as I keep on stating, guys, Jurgen Klopp's press conference hasn't yet happened at the time of recording, but I do think that will be the starting 11 in my opinion. And again, I do believe we have enough to go on and beat Southampton. Now, Southampton are an interesting one, guys. As stated, they are in the Championship. They're not a side that are running away with it. They're not really up there with Leicester and Leeds. They're kind of fighting for a playoff spot. However, I have seen a bit of a drop-off recently, only winning 2 of their last 5 games, with a recent outing against Millwall ending in a 2-1 defeat. They're winless and they lost the last 2 matches, the other one being Hull City, and as stated, they do currently sit 4th in the Championship, a mega 9 points behind first place Leicester, and then 5 points behind second place Leeds. So again, I do think, despite our injury problems at this moment in time, a fairly youthful side, I think we'll still get the job done at Anfield, and as stated, I still want to progress in the FA Cup, which is fantastic to see. Now, lastly, getting to the main point of today's video, guys, I can't believe it's taken me 7 minutes to get here. Sorry, we had a lot to cover at the start, but as stated, the main headline of today's video is with regards to our cup final hero, that being Kelleher. Kelleher was absolutely massive in the game, of course, against Chelsea, played his part in us lifting the Carabao Cup once again. He's really always putting his best performances in when we're at Wembley and Cup finals. He absolutely loves it. But since then, of course, look, at the end of the day, at this moment in time, we've still got Alisson Becker, and I think we're going to have Alisson Becker at this football club for the foreseeable future. He's going to be our number 1 goalkeeper for the rest of time, I think, because he is the best goalkeeper in the world. Now, Jurgen Klopp said a fairly admirable line, and something that I very much agree with. He said that we've got the best goalkeeper in the world in Alisson, but then we've got the best number 2 in the world in Kelleher, and I absolutely agree with that. And I was having this debate with my brother the other day with regards to Kelleher, and stated so many times that this guy could probably be the number 1 at a lot of top 6 clubs. Or if you're looking around Europe, you look at maybe Manuel Neuer's situation, whether he's going to be retiring soon. You look at Juventus, you look at some of the other big teams around Europe, and he could actually go on there and do a job and be their number 1 for years to come, which is the dilemma that poses there. He's getting to an age where he wants to play more football. He's obviously showcasing his ability that he is a top goalkeeper and will probably want to be playing as a number 1 going forward. Now, there has been murmurs toing and froing whether he was going to leave. There was a lot of talk in the summer. I think Celtic were a potential one there as well. Nottingham Forest put an offer in for him of £15 million back in January as well. But reports already at this moment in time are stating that he is set to make a decision on whether he will continue as Liverpool's number 2 at the end of the campaign. Yes, Liverpool will get a cash windfall from him, of course. They will get something that will benefit our FFP sort of stuff. I think if you sell him for £20 million, for argument's sake, we can then spend £100 million due to him being sort of homegrown, due to how FFP works and that kind of stuff. So it is sort of pure profit from a Liverpool centre thing. But if we were being selfish for this player and we could have him for the number 2 for the rest of the time, we would. But you've got to understand the player's side, right? He's got a taste of winning trophies, he's got a taste of playing a lot of games, and actually due to Alisson, he's probably lucky. Whilst Alisson is the best goalkeeper in the world, he has had injuries over the years, which has allowed Kelleher to play more games, which has probably been good for him. So he's actually got quite a few appearances, and he's going to play a lot more for the next month at least in terms of matches, which is good for him. But as stated, reports are currently stating that he will be making a decision on his future come the end of the campaign, and it is very likely that he could leave this summer. Yes, I know, he could leave this summer. But again, look, you've got to think of the guy's career at some time and wants to be a number one elsewhere. And as stated, I solidly do believe within myself he could be playing week in and week out for a lot of the top 6 clubs. You look at some of the top 6 goalkeepers. Obviously, we're not going to sell to a direct rival, but he's better than Aaron Ramsdale. He's better than Raya. He's better than Onana, Manu. He's better than... he's not better than Edison. Spurs goalkeeper's done pretty good recently as well. But in terms of that, Man United and Arsenal, he's better than their goalkeepers. So again, there's a case to be made, and obviously you've got to understand that he may want to be a number one elsewhere. But Liverpool fans, do let me know your thoughts on Kelleher and the situation with regards to him, and how much is he worth? How much is he worth to this football club? Obviously, we rejected £15 million back in January, but how much would you accept in the summer for him? As stated, let me know down in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video. As always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Thank you. I'll see you all next time. Take care. Peace.